Hello. Sick. That's good, yeah. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing alright. I myself am doing pretty okay, truth be told. Not necessarily riding the high, but last episode was kind of crazy. I'm gonna keep it dead ass. Don't know how I managed to pull that victory out. I analyzed it. I didn't super duper analyze it entirely because I've been working all day today. But I remember last night after recording, I looked at it and I was like, let me see. And it was 20 full minutes of, once I figured out I had infinite attempts, 20 minutes after that is when I did it. I haven't counted how many attempts I actually did, but in general, just kind of like characterizing it, 20 full minutes of attempting to beat the boss, Mother. It's kind of crazy if you ask me personally. What do you guys think? You guys with me on this, or am I alone here? But yeah, I managed to pull that out. I'm gonna be real with you. Not really much skill involved, if I'm gonna be honest. If I am to be truth, you know, right hand to God honest, I think not a lot of skill was present in that, you know? It's kind of easy to like brute force a W if you have infinite attempts at it, you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, not really much skill. Wow, to the haunts, to the little haunts. I mean, not like it mattered. Oh man. Really, bro? This run's not looking too hot. off rip, this run is not looking too hot. But, oh. Okay, this is penance, is that the term? This is, you know, getting back at me. The game getting back at me for the absolute beating I thrust upon it last night in that recording. Oh, I mean, oh well, what can you do? My apologies. Not really much I can do, I guess, besides just take it, you know, you feel me? Anyways, hope everyone's doing all right. Like, actually, though, you know, I hope everyone's doing pretty okay. I myself, I'm doing just fine. A little bit tired, but I mean, truth be told, when fucking aren't I tired? Hello? Unicorn Stump. You know what? Sure, man. Give me Unicorn Stump. Oh, see? That's why we ask for it. That's why we ask for it, because it could actually lead to something solid. There you go, boom. Unicorn Stump could be useful. It could genuinely be useful. We'll see. I'll have to find out more as this run goes on. But yeah, you know, besides the fact that I'm tired, which like I said, I usually am, who would have guessed, whoop-de-friggin' do. Tony's tired all the time, you know. Guys, this is real breaking news happening here. But to not be so facetious, I guess. You know, I don't know what it is, man. I'm just like, I'm trying to get this done. You know, I'm not trying to get this done, but you know, I just like, I don't know, man. I'm tired. Who would have guessed? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I damn near went on my 15-minute break and just like took a nap. You feel me? My state allotted 15-minute break, I shit you not. I was so ready to just be like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just fucking take my break and knock out, like right here, right now. I am so freaking tired. I have no one to blame but myself, I will say. Me and my friends decided to, late last night, today I'm recording, it's Friday, the video's coming out Thursday, but late last night, late Thursday night, me and my friends decided, you know what would be a great deal? What would be a great plan? What if we went to go get Cane's? And now, I will say, I did approve. I was like, you know what, bro? I love Canes. I'm down to go. I'm down. Let's go get Canes. That sounds fire. So we went to go. But I will say, you know, looking back upon it with, you know, some judgment, I can be like, maybe not the brightest idea, you feel me? Considering I had work in the morning, and oh god, for one of my friends, I know for a fact it wasn't that bright of an idea. I know this because literally, me and my friends were going to Comic-Con. We got a Discord where we just like discuss things like buying, not like, you know, buying tickets and such and such. And one of my friends in the Discord was just like, dude, just woke up from a nap right now. And then, you know, proceeded to discuss whatever plans we had going on prior. But I just find it so funny where he's like, oh yeah, just woke up from a nap. When it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, shit, woke up from a nap, bro. I had to like work at like 3 a.m. If I was me, you know, staying out until like midnight damn near, having to work at 3 a.m., I would not be taking a nap as soon as I got off work. I would go home, I would lay down in bed. You're not seeing me until Saturday, brother. You feel me? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? You are not seeing my ass until Saturday. And that's just that. It's simple as, dare I say. Dare Tony says it's just simple as. You know, for me personally, at least. For me personally, I see it as like it's a no-brainer, you know? Oh, this is a bad idea. Why did I do this? Yo, I'm dead. I'm like 99% sure I'm dead. I've been thinking, Tony, what? You're being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. We have these like fake ass gurglings bosses, the pooplings or whatever, and they constantly spawn these little brown poop motherfuckers, dude. They're so annoying. They're so, I want to kill them with a gun. You feel me? Unfortunately, Isaac don't got pistols or nothing like that. But oh my god, dude, like I'm just like, right now I kind of want to just not even take a nap. Right now I want to go to sleep. You feel me? I know I have D&D planned tonight, but a part of me is like, dude, I'm about to be like, yo, bro, I know we got plans for D&D, but no, you know what? Like, no, I'm gonna just go to sleep. You know, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Give me some alone time while I'm at it. You feel me? I was talking about that last episode. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Last episode, I was talking about a lot of stuff. I don't remember half of what the hell I was saying. Truth be told, nothing crazy. I hope. I assume, considering I'm not necessarily a crazy guy, but you know, in general, I still don't know half of what I was saying last night. So part of me is kind of worried in a sense, where it's like I'm gonna forget whatever topic I was talking about, and I'm gonna just like reusing a topic. You feel me? And it's like, Tony, you already talked about this like ad nauseum, and it's like, oh, I forgot. My bad. You know. I know it's not necessarily my one, but like I said, I make these videos for myself, but I'm also not the kind of guy that likes to agree with himself all the time. You feel me? My bad, I had to drink some water. I had to take a little sip of the... My bad. I also got like allergies acting up too, man. It's so fucking, it sucks so much. God knows, you know? Allergy, when a man goes through his allergies, it's like one of the worst things on planet Earth. I'm not misogynistic, by the way. I'm just quoting this meme that I saw. I'm not a misogynist. I do not, you know, think men have it worse than women in allergies or anything. But it's this one meme I saw, and it's like women going through pregnancy experiencing 1/3 of the pain a man does when his allergies act up. And I thought it was funny as hell. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You know, what happened to just having a little bit of a laugh? You know what I mean? Tony going on his anti-woke rhetoric. It's not true, by the way. I'm not like, you know, I made a whole episode about this, so you guys know me. But what, you know, whatever happened to just making a joke every once in a while, you feel me? World's gone too woke nowadays. I'm sorry. I can't stop myself. There's just something that calls my name in pretending to be like this alt-right anti-woke kind of deal. You know what I mean? It calls to me like the Green Goblin mask. There's something so funny about it. Because it's so ridiculous, you know? It's kind of like that whole, like, it's funny because it's absurd. For me, I think that's what it is. Oh, Guppy's collar. Why not? Why not? You know? Why the heck not? I think there's just something so, like, ridiculous, so absurd about it that's what makes me laugh about these, you know, those kinds of jokes. That's why it calls to me like the Green Goblin mask, man. I don't. Oh, I'm glad we explored. There's a planetarium we could have missed here. Two bombs, 100%. You know what's great about this room? That if I ever lose my mantle, I have Unicorn Stump to just back me up. Watch this. Ooh, too easy. Please don't be anything bad. Oh my god, it's the good one. Oh, it's the good one. Oh my goodness. All right, we have a solid run in our hands. By the way, in case you guys don't remember, we're gonna be doing Beast, so we're gonna need a good run to be going into this. But from what I see here, we got some solid building. I hope we don't die, you know, knock on wood. You guys didn't hear that. I knocked on my closet door. It's made out of wood, I think. You know, what's up with that real wood? You know what I mean? You guys don't. You guys might not know what I'm talking about. You guys might think I'm crazy. You know what? What's up with the, like? I didn't know there could be fake wood, I guess is what I'm saying. You feel me? A part of me didn't know that there could be such thing as like fake wood. Maybe thinking, Tony, what is this question you're asking? Like you're asking like a non-real question here, and it's like, how do you know, how do you know what's real, what's fake wood? I guess one, but also like what's the dealio with that? You know, because I'm not gonna lie, there are definitely times like, you guys ever seen like those cheap desks before? You know, they're like really thin or whatever. You know, not necessarily the God's strongest material or whatever, but I know I've seen my fair share of like those kinds of desks or those drawers where like you can break the wood that's made in the drawers with like your bare hands. You know what I mean? And it's like, how? I guess one question I got is like, how the hell do you do that? But two, another question I got is like, how do motherfuckers be making this? You know? Yeah, why not? Why don't we take that? Curse of the Tower. Wow, really good item. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to use it. Come on, come on. Oh my god. Okay, so first off, you know, Tony, what the hell are you talking about? Fake wood? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. It came to mind because I said the knock on wood thing and then I knocked on my closet. And it just had me thinking, like, what's up with like this fake wood shit? The fact that that's even a real thing. But on actual real news terms, if you guys don't know, this is a storyline that's been building for a while now. All right. If you guys, for the uninitiated, there's a storyline that's been building for a while. I have been watching like almost the entirety of like a whole bunch of TV shows through YouTube Shorts. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm gonna give one of them a try. I'm going to watch Breaking Bad. So, I finally gave Breaking Bad a try. I'd say somewhere around the mark of like a couple months back, you know? I started in December. I'd say January. Beginning of the year, January, is when I started watching Breaking Bad. Now, What's the update? I finished. I was about to say I beat it. I was about to say I beat it like it was a fucking game. I am so cooked. I finished Breaking Bad, and I gotta say, brother, that show is cinema. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You guys might be thinking, Tony, you're exaggerating. It's not even that goated. Or maybe for the real ones that have seen the show, you know, it is that good. It's that great. And I gotta say, I don't know what I was doing, you know? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know what I was doing when I wasn't watching Breaking Bad before. I will say a lot did get spoiled for me. I don't know what it is. It's just something about like clip farming on like YouTube shorts, where those Breaking Bad YouTube channels and stuff, they would be spoiling the hell out of me. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I vividly remember being at the beginning of season 5, like I wanna say 2-3 weeks back. I was at the beginning of season 5, and around a few days ago, before I finished, I ended up getting a clip from the second to last episode of the show. And I only knew it was the second to last episode because I watched it and I was like, oh, that's where this is from. And I was just like, first off, in my mind, I was like, man, that sucks. What the hell, you know? That's kind of fucked up. And then I wised up, you know? My brain unlocked and I kind of realized, like, it's just something, not alluring might not be the word, but it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's they get their money from people wanting to rewatch clips of Breaking Bad, or maybe it's something else entirely. But man, you know, they gotta be making a killing watching those. They gotta be making a killing off people like me that like see a Breaking Bad clip and like don't click away or something like that, you know what I mean? Yo, this should be an illegal boss fight. Can I be honest with y'all? This should be a dead-ass illegal boss fight. This motherfucker should kill himself. Forgive the excessive violence in my words, but I stand by what I said with the whole fucking truth, dare I say. Okay. Oh my goodness, yo, fuck that guy, dude. Okay. Alright, my apologies, y'all. I got a little scared. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but I was getting a bit frightened, dare I say, with the game there. But worry not, I'm fine. I'm chilling. I'm not losing it at all. Oh, but yeah, dude, like I'm gonna be real with y'all. I just be getting a whole bunch of clips of the show. I was, you know, before I even started the show, I was getting clips. I like saw a whole bunch of things. And I guess one thing that kind of surprised me, slight spoilers for the show Breaking Bad if you haven't seen it, is maybe it's just because I took so long to finish watching it. Like, I think I'm getting a phone call. My apologies. I think it was okay, but yeah, quick for 1 minute. 1 minute, we get 1 free minute to talk about this. 1 minute spoilers for Breaking Bad. I am genuinely surprised how little, not how little, but I guess maybe it was because I didn't watch it for that long. Like, I remember I binge watched almost all of the seasons, and then I proceeded to like last minute be like, nope, let me take a break. So I took a small break. And like probably in like the middle of season 4 or something. And so I finished up season 4 and I kind of realized like Gustavo Fring is such a goated character, such a pivotal character. He, in my mind, after like watching it, I was like, he's not really in the show for that long, truth be told. Or at least maybe that's my perception of it, is he's not in the show that long. But for such a goated character, I'm sad that he's not in there that long. Anyways. Spoiler over. Spoiler over. I will say, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. As soon as I finished watching Breaking Bad, I immediately, I'm not even joking, I immediately booted up on Netflix Better Call Saul. And there's one thing I've heard about the first season of Better Call Saul from everyone. Literally everyone and their mother says this about Better Call Saul, the show. And that is the first season is like kind of tough to get through. It's a bit slow, and so it might take some getting used to, you know? So, but stick with it and it gets good. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Maybe it's just because, I don't know, maybe I was prepared for something to be bad, or in my opinion, low-key, just from what I've seen so far, I think people might just be shitting on it a little too hard, low-key. But watching season 1, I'm few episodes in, I'm intrigued. I am very intrigued throughout the entire ordeals. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think it's a very good show, and I could definitely see myself watching it way more. Also, truth be told, you know, I like Saul or Jimmy more than I do Walt, because Walt is a oh my god, dude, at the end, well, slight spoilers. At the end of the show, man, I was like, the fact, you know what I mean? Like, oh, bro, I hate him. That's how I felt. I would feel rage seeing him on my screen. I'd be like, yo, fuck this guy. Anyway, give me a second. My apologies, I just had to step out real quick. I know. I'm oh so popular. Anyways, I kind of remember what I was talking about. I was talking about Better Call Saul. I actually really like it. I'm gonna be real. I've actually, so far, have been thoroughly enjoying the hell out of Better Call Saul. And I genuinely, I don't know, you know, my phone did die, so I was originally gonna plan to, after finish recording, do whatever it is I need to do for the, you know, video. Like if I need to, you know, make the thumbnail, upload it, render it, and then have it ready for tomorrow, or I guess for today. But a part of me also kind of just like, I you know, I was gonna do that and then probably watch some Better Call Saul on my phone while I lay down in bed. But I mean, I was mentioning it to you guys earlier, I'm kind of fucking tired. So a part of me might just be like, I'm just gonna go to bed. You feel me? You guys picking up what I'm putting down, or am I too crazy here? Is Tony too crazy on his statement in this scenario? I don't know, man. I'm just a little tired, you know. Can you blame me? What the hell? Why'd you duplicate? Okay. All those hearts did a whole lot of nothing. Appreciate it, game. You know what I hate about, no, I don't hate. Uranus is a really cool item. Trust. It is a very cool item because of the fact that it freezes enemies. However, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A part of me is worried due to the fact that, or not worried, but I'm a little saddened due to the fact that they don't like explode, you know? Bomb enemies don't blow up, shit like that. That's what's got me a little sad, you know, I guess. Well, that's what's got me so down in the dumps or whatever. But yeah, I was originally gonna maybe plan to watch some Better Call Saul or something after I got done with the recording here, but now I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do. Honestly, I just kind of want to lay down. And you know what sucks is that I can't even like lay down in my own room, because as we start to get into the hotter months, you know, Tony's complained about this all the time. You know, this is not news. But as we start to get into the hotter months, I get like saddened, you know, a little burden on me starts to form where it's like, Man, I wish it wasn't so hot. And it sucks because where my room is located, the way the window of my room faces is that there's only one way it could face, and that is I don't know my directions. And I do know my directions. I do know like north, east, southwest. I just don't know what direction I'm like facing, I guess, at all times, you know? North Star, I need your help type of shit. So I don't know what direction I'm facing, but whatever direction I'm facing leads to the sun essentially facing my room for the worst part of the day, in my opinion. The sun faces my room for the worst part of the day, and that is when it is hottest. So my room be getting fucking cooked, bro. Right now, I can literally see the sun beating down in my room as I speak. And I'm saddened because it's like, I don't want to deal with that. You feel me? I want to lay down in my room, but instead I can't even lay down in my own abode, in my own humble abode. I have to freaking choose to lay down in another room. Probably just the room, probably my office, you know, most likely. And it sucks because I don't want to do that. Oh, we're in Gehenna. All right, I'm very terrified. Tony, what are you so scared of? Gehenna is, in my opinion, easily the worst out of both these options here. If I were to go Mausoleum or Gehenna, I would take Mausoleum any day of the week. Gehenna has those guys which like will whip you, and they have just like, it's stupid. In my opinion, the fact that they can hit you from how they can hit you and shit like that, it makes it fucking stupid. It makes it brain dead. In my humble opinion, you know. Wafer, no effect for the lost. That's such a good thing to see. I'm so glad to know that the wafer does nothing for me, you know? It's such a cool fun fact or whatever, I guess you'd call it. Fuck if I know. No, that's useless now. Whatever. Gonna lie. Part of me was worried to pop that pill, because if I got like a tears down or something, I think I would have just had to slime myself out. I hate this game. Who was speaking? Do y'all hear that? My apologies, y'all. Okay. I did figure it out. It was my mom. And it's just because of the fact that since it's so hot right now, my method, this is my methodology. You guys can think I'm crazy. You guys, Tony, is a genius idea. I don't know. It's just how I do it. Is the method for keeping cool in these very, very hot times for me personally is I like to have the, what's it called? I have the AC facing away from my room. I like have the, not even the AC. I have a fan. I have a fan that sole purpose is to face outwards towards the doorway. I have it in the doorway and I just have it face out and like blow cold air into the hallway or whatever. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, it's low-key at least for the room I'm in, it's a very effective technique. I'm not gonna lie. For the room I reside in currently, it is a very effective technique, and that's because the heat, like, you know, the sun blasts the room the entire time, all day, that like it gets to a point, bro, where it's like, wow, this room is so hot, it sucks, I can't even be in here. So I decided, if the sun is going to be pelting on this room so much, the method of like how to get out of this might be have the room just essentially be like superheated by the sun, and then have a fan point out towards the door, toward, like, you know, out the door from towards the hall, as like an exhaust of sorts. You know what I mean? Also, leave my window open so any air blowing in from the if there is any like wind or whatever, it'll blow into the room, and then the fan will blow out all the other air. You feel me? You guys picking up what I'm putting down, or is this like is this some kind of like schizo, like Tony, what the hell are you talking about sort of deal? Because in my opinion, it makes sense. You feel me? Kind of like you would with like a PC, like a case fans and stuff like that. You have some set to intake, and then you have some set to exhaust to take out all the hot air. In my mind, that's essentially what I'm doing here. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. The moment I saw that room, a part of me was worried it was gonna end horribly, and I don't know what happened. I lived, bitch. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so there is a red key here. So we should try our best. Are insane. We should try our best to find the super or the ultra secret room, because we can maybe get something good out of that, perhaps. Just like, I don't know. That's my method, personally. That's my method of keeping the room cold, and it's done me wonders so far. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely helped keep the room cool, which I appreciate. But you know, sometimes there's only so much you could really do, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say, is like there's only so much you can kind of do sometimes, you feel me? Let's go here. Nope, I was wrong. Oh well, what can you do? I tried to grab safety scissors. There's only so much, I guess, you can kind of really do, I guess, to keep a room clean, you know, because other than just getting like a portable AC unit, because my brother has one of those. It's like this giant machine that's sole purpose is to take in air from the outside and then, like, I guess filter it. Or no, wait, hold on. I might have it wrong. That's not what it does. Okay, so the way it works is it essentially, it's like a fan where it generates a whole bunch of like cold air, but because it's like not industrial, but you know, because it's so large and it's got like a bunch of moving parts, it gets hot. So there's like this tube that it gives you where you essentially stick the tube through a little, you like stick the tube into this thing that's supposed to fit into your window, and what it does is it essentially just blows all the hot air outside while it itself keeps the room cool. And I will say 100% it works. Like, it is genuinely such a goated method of keeping the room cool. I wish I could have it all year round, you know what I mean? Because I don't think we have a bad AC system, but it's like, you know, you guys know how it is with fathers of any kind. They don't let you touch the thermostat. So my dad don't like having the AC on during the hot months for like more than a couple hours during the day, and never overnight. Never AC overnight for, you know, he has his reasons. I don't doubt it. I'm not like, you don't know nothing, you know. I can, you know, I believe he's got his reasons. I just don't personally agree with him. You know, it's my deal. So the way I see it is, it's like it just gets real, hot, but that thing cools damn good. But the downside is you end up having to pay like not a shit ton, I guess, but you gotta pay a lot in at the end of the month when your electric bill comes in. Because I remember my brother like running that thing almost all the time by himself for his room, damn near 200 bucks, you know, added onto the bill. That's something that he had to cover for himself because it was so expensive. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's crazy, right? You know, a part of me can be like, damn, that's low-key insane. I'm not tripping, right, in saying this. Like them motherfuckers take up a shit ton. No, I don't want to say pressure. That's not the right word. A whole bunch of electricity. You know what I mean? I guess I just wasn't expecting that personally. I wasn't expecting it to be such an expensive endeavor in the aspect of the price. What am I saying? Such an expensive thing in the aspect of like the power bill, you feel me? The power pill, question mark? Isaac reference? I just wasn't expecting the power bill to be so high due to the fact that it was, you know what I mean? You guys picking up what I'm putting down, or do I sound crazy? Oh my god, I feel like I cannot dodge, dude. Tony, you've been dodging fine so far. Yeah, so far. But I'm not gonna lie, I've had a couple close calls in there. You don't need me to point it out. You saw it yourself. Oh Lord, I'm scared, but you know. I guess it makes sense, like, cause, well, I don't know. I forget. Is it like, is it less intensive on the electricity if it runs all the time, or if you stop and start it all the time? Because I stopping and starting all the time is like a bad thing for like a car. You know what I mean? Like you that's how you run your gasoline fast, because you need gasoline to ignite for the fact that it's a combustion engine. But I don't necessarily think it has that same draw with electricity, right? Nothing's combusting or whatever. Combusting. Sorry, bad joke. My apologies, y'all. But yeah, you know, like I don't. Either way, it just ended up being mad expensive. Like, kinda mad expensive. More than I guess any of us had thought. And my brother, obviously, it was like he paid his part, essentially, you know. Everyone in the house used power, so he didn't pay for the whole bill. But it's like he paid his part, so that makes sense. I'm not upset at that or anything. If he uses a lot of power, I don't care, as long as, you know, getting proper compensation for the fact that he's using almost all of it. He's the one contributing the most to this crazy high bill. That's my deal. That's my, not my 2 cents, I guess, but you know, that's where I come from in this scenario here. I don't think it's that bad as long as bro's paying his due dividends or due diligence. Dividends? What is Tony talking about? He's lost his mind. But yeah, you know, it's just like, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's goated. It is a goated like invention. The fact that there are people that have managed to put the power of air conditioning that generates enough to cool a room, like dude, I shit you not, it is such an efficient AC unit that, like, you have it on, bro, you feel like you sleeping in December. You know what I mean? It feels like I'm sleeping during the coldest months, and outside it could be like 87, which is what I hate. Honestly, I feel like I've spewed my hate for the hot months, the hot weather, a whole bunch, but I feel like I haven't really, not justified it, but I haven't said to y'all what the worst offender is. In my opinion, it's the fact that I can be going to bed at like 11:30 at night and it's outside still like 86 degrees or something insane like that. You know what I mean? How is a guy supposed to sleep in that weather? Anyways, we did it, y'all. We are just about 2 unlocks away from getting Godhead, which I'm gonna be real with y'all, I am surprised I have been so efficient with these runs. I think the last 6 or pretty much the last week of episodes has been dedicated to the Lost, and I have almost everything. Is that as a testament to my skill or to my luck? I don't know. Anyways, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time you're viewing this. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.